What's up, nerds? Welcome to NGR Radio, episode 56. I'm one of your hosts, Corey DIRRIG, and alongside me, as always, Matthew KIEL.
Hi, everybody.
Matt, this is the first show we've been on together in like 3 weeks. Do you realize this?
Well,
do you realize this?
But at least, yeah, I realize.
Last week you came in on the tail end of.
I showed up.
Yeah.
That's the way he has me, because we're cooler.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, we know that when we have Moose on, when we finally made our big marquee Moose signing, things would class right the hell up, and everything would be 100% better. I know we're introing the show. I'm going to let you guys go. I actually need to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Trying to do a show.
Fucking guy.
This guy. Also here, Moose CLEWELL.
What's up, party people? How we doing? How we doing today? How you doing, Corey? You good?
It's been a long weekend. Long week. There's some things going on. That's okay.
It's only Monday. Although today was a long day for me. So.
Last week was a long day. Or a long week. Last week was a long week.
Yeah. I'm still learning my job and hoping to cut down time off of my stops and stuff, so that today was like a 10-hour day. I had 16 stops, and I was just like, oh, it's a nightmare. So,
it sucks. That sucks. I worked.
And in a month or two, it'll be like nothing.
Yeah. This weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I worked a 9, a 12, and a 10-hour day in a row. So that was fun. Oh, boy. But the other quiet voice.
No voice.
Chris Har. How's it going, sir?
Hello.
He's quiet because Matt's not here to pester him right now.
No, I'm fine. Like you guys are talking about, you guys have been working like long hours, and
Chris puts in like 5 hours worth of work, maybe 4 in like 8 hours.
Yeah.
And then he just goes home and does nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
No, like this month was really tough because I had to work under the sun, and it's really hot. It's
what's the sun? I don't get to see outside anymore.
To Fahrenheit. Oh, it's 107 degrees in Fahrenheit.
That's gross.
Wow.
What
were you doing outside? I thought you had inside work, dude.
No, I don't work one thing only. I keep changing. Depends what the company needs from me.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now I was going to ask the same question.
You're a utility.
Yeah, so sometimes I go on the street so I can put some internet cables, some fiber optics. Then when the fiber optics in the house, we have to build the server room. After the server room, we have to make the IT room. Then we connect all of the computers. We bring an IT guy. I have to train him for a whole month. That month, I'll be inside. After that, then I go to another house. Then I'll be on the street again. And the summer sucks a lot because it's 107.
Yeah, that's not fun. I know what that's like. It's not fun. When I had to do it, I had to do farm work. So I know what that's like.
Okay.
Farm work would be a lot shittier. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, it was. Detasseling corn on your grandparents' farm where your only reward is a meal? Not great.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and about 2 weeks ago, the architecture structure for the roads in Lebanon is so fucked. So what they did is the old cables were in the same system of the sewage, and we had to dig it up. And the stupid coworker, he digged up too deep, and he plugged the hole of the sewage, and all the shit was coming out.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Or should I say, oh, shit.
So, whole week of shit. But now I'm on vacation.
How long's your vacation? Week?
I'll start work again on 26 August.
Wow, so you're off for a long time. Nice.
Yeah.
You can come here and work for me if you want.
Yeah.
You can't get into America.
Exactly. I wish I can like I wish, because I love to travel and I get a lot of difficulties to get visas to go anywhere. I wish.
Oh.
Nice. What have we been playing? Anybody been playing anything interesting?
I've been milking Witcher 3.
I've been playing a ton, actually. Chris, what have you been playing?
Yeah, Chris, go first. You're the guest. What have you been playing?
Witcher 3 I love with the Witcher game. If you see behind me, I have even the statue for the collector's edition. But for 2 years, I just didn't have the time to play something so massive. Now I'm on my vacation. I have all the time. So I'm just been playing Witcher 3 all day. Like, it's insane how much I'm playing. Like, I wake up at 9, start playing from 9 till maybe 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, non-stop. It's so good. Like, it's gonna be so hard to play other RPG games now, because The Witcher is like a narrative RPG. That's how I like to describe it. Yeah. It's like you're reading a really good book.
Well, I feel like you and Moose could probably have a pretty interesting discussion, because Moose has tried, what, 3 times now, or is it still just 2?
It's still just 2. I haven't gone back to him.
And he just can't. He can't get in. It doesn't hook him. It doesn't seem like.
I don't know. Like, you don't like fantasies stories. Like, I love when I read about at least 100 books of around fantasy books. I love fantasy. I love lore. I love folk stories. I love all kinds of, the stories that villagers talk about, like their own version of the vampires or their own version of monsters. And I love to read stories about that. And that's The Witcher. Each side quest is interesting. Each side quest is so interesting to play. There are some side quests that's like level 5, but I just want to play just for the story because it's so interesting. Everything is thought out. That's why it's like every character has meaning. For example, I love Skyrim. Skyrim is like a big open sandbox, but there's actually no character I get invested to. So if somebody dies, like, okay, who gives a shit? But in The Witcher, it's not like that. You get invested to his characters. You get like, this is really hard decisions. And most of the decisions, I can say 90% of the decisions in The Witcher is not black and white. It's all neutral. Like, there's no a good decision. There's no bad decision. There's no ultimate good. There's no ultimate bad. So you just don't know what to do. For example, the side quest I played, that I went to a village and everybody was dead. Everybody was slaughtered. And in the end, I was tracking the guy who did it. It turns out to be another Witcher. And his reasoning is that...
Spoilers.
Sorry?
Spoilers.
I said spoilers, but it's good, man. Just do whatever.
Okay, just one side quest. There's 100.
I've never played it. Don't know if I ever will.
No, that's fine.
I don't. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. So you encounter this other Witcher, and he said that I'm listening to his side of the story, and he said that that the villagers promised him to pay money, and then the villagers will say, "No, we don't have the money. Sorry, we can't pay you." And the other Witcher is saying, "Come on, we agreed on a price. You cannot do this." And the villagers were like, "Okay, you know what? Follow us to the barn. We were hiding some money from the Nilfgaardians, which are the invader army." Anyways, that's another story. So he goes to the barn, and what the villagers does, they turn their back, they backstab him. So he gets really pissed off, the Witcher, and he kills everybody. And I was in a choice where, should I spare the guy or shouldn't I spare the guy? Because he killed everybody. He didn't just kill the guys who attacked him. So it's like there's not a really good choice to do. Because yes, he had the right to defend himself, but also he shouldn't have killed everybody.
Now, but I don't think
this is just an example of what choice you have to do. In the end, also you are a witcher. Your job is not to kill humans. You're not a judge. You're a witcher. You go kill monsters and you make money. That's the whole thing you do. You are neutral.
I also think that Moose's big hang up with it isn't story.
Nope.
Yeah, like I think and like
it's controls. It's controlled. It has nothing. Like I like the world. Like I'm thoroughly enjoying the detail of the world. I'm thoroughly enjoying the story. I know. Like I had this discussion with Jesse White. Like I just feel like he's just like there's no emotion to The Witcher. Like I could give two shits about what comes out of his mouth. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he does. I have no attachment to him. But he has stated like that's how he is. Like Witchers are supposed to be like emotionless. And
yeah, I was gonna say based on what Chris just said, that sounds like you're just basically a hitman.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And
that's what I said. He's neutral.
Yeah.
He doesn't have. Yeah.
No. I understand that, but there's like he's so monotone. Like he just puts me to fucking sleep when he talks. Like he puts me to sleep when he talks. There's no there are some in his voice. There's no infliction of intimidation or anger when he talks to somebody to try and intimidate somebody. It's just the same monotone, just low-voiced crap all the time.
That's it.
Well, no, and that's fine, Chris. Like if that's the way the game's supposed to be, that's cool. It's just something I don't like about it. So it's like that, and the controls just make me like the controls made me want to throw my controller like through a brick wall. So that's that.
If did you play it on Death March? I think everybody who loves Dark Souls should play Witcher in Death March, because playing anything else than Death March is fucking boring. Because playing in Death March, it forces you to use the step controls like you use in Bloodborne. You have to step back, step up, when to move, when to roll, when you have to judge, when you have to block, and it forces you to use all of your signs, all of your different signs. It forces you to use oils. It forces you to use potions. It forces you to use your crossbows. If you just play it on the normal difficulty, you can just swing your sword. That's it.
I don't. Like I said,
it makes a difference.
No, I understand that, and I'm not saying that my complaint is the combat. I'm just saying my complaint is the controls. I feel like he controls like a tank. I got spoiled by Bloodborne because Bloodborne's controls are very spot on. But I will never play the game on Death March. I will probably never beat the game because I will just get so. I've got other games to play, games that want to hold my attention, and games that I feel more invested in. I pretty much will never go back to The Witcher, which is sad, but I might give it another shot like later on down the road after I've been even further removed from Bloodborne. But I got other things to play that play better, that I enjoy more than The Witcher, than trying to bang my head against the wall trying to play that game. So that's my stance. Matt, what have you been playing lately?
I've been playing a shit ton of games, believe it or not.
Can I just say something about there are some instances where Geralt is actually very emotionally invested. If you meet Yennefer, and there's a side quest, there's a lot of quests where you do with Yennefer or with Triss, Geralt acts so differently. But with customers, he is neutral as fuck. You're right. But with his friends, he's different. He's a lot different. He actually shows emotions that, this is my friend, don't fuck with him. Yeah. Don't fuck with my friends, don't fuck with my love interest. And he gets angry. He does scream more, or sometimes he does be more romantic with his love interests. So yes, maybe you didn't reach that point yet. I'm just saying, but with customers and kings and other players, he's just monotone.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll see if I can get into it more. I'm gonna give it third time's the charm. 3 strikes and the game's out, and then I delete it and never play it again. So
Yeah,
that's how it is. Shadows of Mordor. The only reason I'm playing that game is because it was my.
Because Jason said, "Play it, bitch."
Yeah, well, I made him play Drive Club. I could have been really mean to him and made him play another game, but I was trying not to be an asshole. I'm trying not to like incite riots inside the Nerds Gone Platinum, alliance. So I wanted to give him Gran Turismo 5, but he doesn't own it anymore, so I had to give him another racing game. So Drive Club it is.
To Platinum Drive Club?
No. The challenge is you take like something that's got maybe like a low percentage of trophies, and then the challenge is for that month you have to play more of it and get more trophies. So I think he was at 3% with Drive Club, and I'm at 1% with Shadow of Mordor. And so if you can platinum the game, go ahead and platinum the game. But if it's a game where it's going to take forever, all you have to do is earn trophies. And then like we're doing a verse thing. So like at the end of the month, whoever has the most completion or the most trophies wins. So.
Oh, Drive Club's gonna suck because it's grindy as fuck. There's one trophy that took me for 7 hours non-stop. I've been playing, like my mind went numb and I was just listening to podcasts over and over and over and over. Like,
yeah, see, I can't do that shit.
Yeah, Drive Club was so grindy to Platinum.
Yeah. Anyways, Matt, what have you been playing lately?
Well, at work I've been playing more Fallen Legion. That game is a goddamn nebulous platinum. I've gotten a fair amount of the trophies. I think I'm well past 50%. I don't know if I'm past 60, but they're trying to unpack everything story-wise that's in that game is ridiculous. I feel like I feel like if you want to do it yourself, you have to get some paper and pens and start figuring out which paths you've gone on.
You gotta start taking notes.
It's crazy. I've tried the one life mode.
What are your thoughts on that?
That's no joke.
Like it?
It's no joke. And like I got the 50 combo trophy relatively easy. And I've had a couple of times where there was once I got a 96 hit combo, and I've not been close to that since. Like the closest I've got to that is like 68, I think. And like, I mean, it was like in your interview on Nerds Gone Platinum, trying to figure out that dance. It's not easy to figure out, but I like the fact that it's there, and I like the fact that it challenges me to try it. So, but that game is fun.
You're enjoying it.
The story's a bit overwrought and very. It's very RPG. It's kind of simple. It's very JRPG. I'll say it's not exactly deep or complex, but I like the game. That game is fun as hell. I started playing Severed out of nowhere.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's a Drinkbox game. I love Drinkbox. Drinkbox. They know what the hell they're doing, and when they want, and if there's a studio that can mess with Vita's functionality in a cool way, they did it. They did well with Severed, and it actually has pointed me to. I think my Vita might be dying, which is sad, because that game is predominantly touch control based, and for some reason, it always, like, the way you do it is you swipe.
Yeah. No, I know. I played it.
But I don't know if everybody here does.
That's true.
And a lot of it is like me going from top left of my screen to the bottom right, and immediately now, like, the charge swipe is starting at the top left of my screen without me doing it. So I'm like, uh-oh. I don't know if that is. I don't know if that's the game. I don't know if it's the touchscreen. I don't know if the Vita is finally saying goodbye to me. And it's an original OLED Vita, and I don't want to see it go.
Do you keep your Vita in a bag like this?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You protect it.
Yeah, because sometimes maybe people leave their Vitas under the sun, or a lot of dust collects, and the screen will just won't work anymore.
Well, I've always gotten into the practice of cleaning the screen before I play it because I'm just OCD like that. And plus, I work in healthcare, so I have to clean everything. Also, I'm always doing a couple of runs of Spelunky a week. I'm back at that habit.
I need to play that.
That game is so good. I did a little more Persona, but I didn't make any progress. I started my 10th character in Bloodborne.
Fucking sicko.
Yeah. Oh, shut up, hypocrite. Also, I have played a good amount of Supergiant's new game, Pyre.
How's that?
This game is, for lack of a better vocabulary, it's fucking cool.
Is it like soccer? I just like.
Well, yes, it is.
It's like a sport, isn't it? Like
it's like the one thing that pisses me off is there's no online multiplayer, because I would love to play against you, Chris, or against Moose, and just have fun playing this 3-on-3 sport that they have. It's called, in the game it's called performing a right. And the way I figure it out, the way I look at it, and this is just my interpretation, is I know Greg Kasavin, the main designer and kind of like the head guy at Supergiant, came out of like the strategy realm of EA. This is after he left GameSpot and went into the industry. And I know that this game started. When was Transistor released? Was that 2014?
Yes,
I think so.
It was May 2014. It came right out the May after the system launched.
The only thing that I can think of is there's a board game I have. It's called Guild Ball, and it's kind of like board game soccer, but not Subbuteo. If we have any English listeners. But it's actually a relatively fast-paced interpretation of soccer in a cool way, I think. I would Google it and look at videos because it'll be really hard for me to explain. I've only tried to mess with it a couple of times. It's pretty complex. But this game is like Guild Ball at speed. The game that's in Pyre. And the lore around the teams in Pyre is very similar to that in Guild Ball. It's not the same, but like Guild Ball, there's also like a legacy aspect of it where you can keep track of things and do like narratives with both your characters and the teams and how they fit into the greater scheme of that lore. And Pyre is actually a fucking phenomenal interpretation of that. I don't know if that's their source material, but I would love to actually pick their brains about that and see like if they wanted to do more with that, because I feel like there's potential for that. And the people that developed Guild Ball, they're the same people that developed the board game version of Dark Souls. And I feel like this.
You bought that, right?
Yes, I have it. It's downstairs, and I've messed with that a couple of times. Man, that game's hard. Surprise. But I also, like, with the way that they interpreted Dark Souls into a board game, I feel like Guild Ball lends itself to a video game very much in the style of Pyre. And if I were to pick a game that I would love to see developed, a game version of Guild Ball by Supergiant with more lore in it than Pyre has and more actual gameplay would be phenomenal. But Pyre is already one of my 5 favorite games of the year. I'm
See, now
almost
I gotta play it.
I'm almost done with it, and this game is special.
I need to. I need to play it. I've been playing Sundered. So
yeah, and you're playing that, and I've almost started Sundered several times, and I'm gonna play Pyre.
I need to stick with Sundered for a while, and then I'll switch over to Pyre.
But
how's the platinum?
Easy as hell.
Yeah,
easy as hell.
Cool.
Like I got a lot of the quote unquote harder trophies. Not the ones that take time, but like a lot of the harder in-game trophies in like my first couple of matches.
Nice.
So my guess is a lot of people will have the platinum. I mean, I think the guy there's no official guide out for it yet on PlayStation trophies, but there was one guy who said who basically did a ton of videos and then said he's not going to finish the guide, but here's a lot of what he found, and he said it's probably a 6 to 10 hour platinum. So
nice. Pretty easy too.
And that's if you play it all in one day. I think I've played it for maybe 7. That's just because when I was playing it on Sunday, I fell asleep. So, and that was more me being tired than the game being boring, because the game is cool. I like the characters. I like the lore. I mean, like the non-esports stuff of it is actually very akin to like Persona, where you'll get like moments of free time and you have to choose how to use them, whether or not you want to help one member of your team or the team as a whole, or if you want to scrounge for materials. And yeah, I mean, and Gen Z at Supergiant is a phenomenal artist, and her work alone should be celebrated. The music is cool. Like I am 8-bit. If you're listening, put that soundtrack on vinyl now. Do it.
I wouldn't.
Game is good.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'd have to look it up, but I wouldn't doubt it if they've already done like they did it with Bastion, which I picked up. I have yet to pick up.
I bought the physical CD of Bastion.
Yeah, no. They had like a package you could buy. So you got like a T-shirt, which I still wear. You can get you can get a bandana. You got a free code for Bastion, and then you got the soundtrack. And I know they did the same type of thing with Transistor, so I highly doubt that they would not do it with.
Did they do any of those on vinyl?
I don't know. I know they.
I don't think they did it. I know on Bastion they did it on CD. I know that. And Bastion is still one of my favorite indie games. Like, yeah. In the time I've been playing indie games, Bastion is one of my 10 favorites.
Yeah.
So,
ditto. Anyways.
So yeah, Corey.
Nice. Corey, what are you
playing, sir? I know you're not playing Pyre. Why aren't you playing Pyre? Play Pyre.
No, wait a second. Wait a second. Corey, have you been playing Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm trying to finish that before I start anything else, because there's like 950 million games on my list that I need to get to, and like we've been doing a lot of things, and last week was super, super busy, and I've been trying to help my wife with her YouTube page, and like we turned the game room into a recording studio now, which is why like this might be the 3rd time in the last 4 weeks this space that I'm recording, if you're watching the video, like has looked different.
Yeah.
We're just trying to set it up to make sure it looks like professional and everything when we shoot and stuff. So like that's kind of what we've been doing, but I have Pyre in my PlayStation cart right now. I was going to buy it after, because I know you guys are so high up on it, or at least Matt was earlier last week. So, but my thing is like I have Horizon, I have Persona 5, which John Martin keeps posting in all the Facebook groups, and he posted in our Facebook group twice about it. So like I have Horizon, I have Persona, and I have Pyre. And next month I have like Mario and Rabbids, Kingdom Battle, and then
you mean this month?
Oh yeah, it's August already, isn't it? Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, in like 3 weeks, I guess. So there's a lot to play still, and but But yeah, Horizon, that game. Dude, if that game came out any other year besides this year, that game would have been my game of the year by a landslide. Like, this game is so good.
I love it.
Like, it's so good, and like, it's easily the best looking game on PS4. I think.
Does it
at least from like a?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, at least from like the technical achievement and the technical perspective, like, it's an amazing looking game, and every time you get up close to one of the robot dinosaurs, like Zelda is a good looking game, but there are so many little things that make Horizon look like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you get up close to a dinosaur, you can see the wiring underneath its and you can see how the wires and the lighting work inside, and you get up close to a sawtooth and you can see like the gears moving inside its mouth before it rips you in half, and like,
or tries to.
It's so good. It's so good. And you see like the ones that look like deer with the little the back that when you shoot them they kind of explode, and like, you see them and they have all the characteristics of a deer. Like, they look up and they kind of like, they prance around. It's just, the attention to detail in this game is something you very rarely see in a game. And it's,
I mean, I think it's kind of a shame that Guerrilla was stuck doing Killzone.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, this makes me wonder, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Guerrilla never went back to Killzone if they just...
I don't think they ever will. I don't think they ever will.
I don't
Unless
think
they
I
get
hope they
so
never
big
will.
that they can be two teams. But
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Killzone's like an okay franchise, but like, when you have talent like this and you produce something like this, like,
and this is their first attempt outside Killzone. It's not even like a third, or I mean a second or a third attempt. This is this is our first game outside of Killzone. So it's like,
like, you look at this game and to produce this level of technical achievement and this level of polish on your first try, like, imagine what the DLC in the fall is going to be. Imagine what Horizon 2 is going to be like. Like,
which I wanted to ask you, does playing the game make you want to pick up the DLC?
Oh, I was going to get it anyway. I love Horizon. I think it's definitely in my top 3 games this year already. And like I said, if it didn't come out the same year as Zelda, which, I mean, it's neck and neck still with Zelda.
Yeah.
Like, this would be my game of the year by a landslide.
I mean, I feel like Zelda is a world you want to just wander in. And Horizon is, you don't really want to wander around that world, but you want to go find metal dinosaurs and kill them. Yeah. Like, that's what that is.
Yeah. And like I said, like, I'm going to try really hard to platinum this game. And I know it's super achievable. I need to figure out when I can balance my time between Horizon and all this stuff. But it's, man, I don't know. It's a world I want to spend my time in. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, this game made me want to think about so I could remote play this game when I'm not playing games. and there's very
you want to play? No, I mean, of course you want to play a game when you're not playing games.
That's true.
No, but you know what I mean. Like,
I know,
me and my wife are watching TV, and that's what makes the Switch so. Makes the Switch is like, I can sit there and play a game while we're watching a show on TV, and it's not taking up, time together, or he wants to watch a show or something. Like,
yeah,
that's what I meant by, like, I want to play this game when I'm not playing games. Is like, I wish I had a way to remote play this game, and I have the remote play app on my. It's like, that's dumb. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of bad.
Well, and wasn't the remote play app what killed Todd's PC?
It might have been.
Wasn't that? I mean,
I know it messed it up. I knew it messed a lot of things up for him. But did his computer actually die?
I don't know. I hope not, because it's a huge expense. But
Horizon, it's such a good game, and like. they added all these little cool things to photo mode where I find myself hitting the pause button every 10 minutes to like, you can make her lay down. You can make her look scared when there's a giant robot dinosaur behind her. This game is something special, and it's like, this game is definitely like, if you don't own a PS4 and you're trying to decide between what console to get, this game is a no-brainer choice for anyone. Like, even if you're not into action RPGs, even if you're not into like open world games, this game, it doesn't make the open world feel like an open world because there's so many ways to go about doing things that, like, oh, well, over here I can do, let's just go there and roam around this little area of the map. Or there's a city over here, let me see what they have for sale. Or, you know, here's a hunting ground. Let's try some tests over here at the hunting ground. It's like, it feels small, but the map is so big, multiple experiences within one game, which is what I really like about it. And what I really liked about Zelda, like, I know these games are going to be compared forever. These games are going to be compared forever. Like, it's just going to happen. But I mean, I like both those games for the same reasons.
It's the best thing about them, though. Like, that's the best thing about them.
I know, and it's like this game is easily PlayStation's best exclusive. I'm sorry, this is PlayStation's best exclusive by far, and I'm not trying to put down like Uncharted or you know, even Pyre. Like, Pyre looks amazing. I can't wait to play it.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, thank you, Moose. Thank you, Moose.
Matt, you should go.
Neo.
Matt, you should go back to Neo. Trust me.
We both need to.
I mean,
I need to. No argument, Chris.
You guys should stop playing Bloodborne and just play Neo, and you'll see how good it is.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Everybody's got their comfort games. Like, they have comfort food. And I feel like, for me and Matt, like, Bloodborne is a game. Okay, I don't necessarily not want to think, but I don't want to have to put too much effort into something. And I want to enjoy the game, and I want to have fun with it. And that's Bloodborne for me. Like, I'll always go back to Bloodborne just to play for a while.
That's a weird thing to say, though. I don't want to have to think I'm going to play Bloodborne. Nobody says that.
but if you've played Bloodborne and played it as much as we have,
nobody except a hammer brother. Am I right? Right.
And so it's just like, I don't know.
Maybe Neo will be your, you know,
which I agree. So I need to get into that. So
it's so good. If you have a PS4 Pro, if you want to play Neo, I would really recommend just getting PS4 Pro, just for the reason because it has 60 FPS. Trust me, playing Dark Souls. I don't want to say Neo is Dark Souls, but you know,
that's unfair. That's super unfair.
Yeah, it is unfair, but it has the Dark Souls.
Like, it's hard. It's the challenge. It's the challenge.
Yeah, this style. It has its style, you know.
But it has the style. Yeah.
It has the style of it, and playing something like that in 60 FPS. And I'm not one of those guys. Oh my god, I need the frame rates. You know, I love the frame rates. No, I'm not one of those guys.
You just went all party for the Simpsons. That was
awesome. Chris Harney the dinosaur. What the hell just happened?
I'm not one of those guys, but there are some games it makes a difference. Like playing a shooter at 30 FPS. It's so clunky.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Like you need the 60 FPS when playing, you know, Titanfall. Imagine playing Titanfall on 30 FPS.
You know, I don't mean to derail this, but it's kind of what I do. I just thought of Chris Harney the dinosaur's theme song. I really did.
Well, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I hate you. You hate me. You are just a noob. to me.
Like that's like that's the biggest thing though when you're playing a shooter, like jumping between Destiny to Halo, like that 30 extra frames when you're playing a Halo match is like it's mind-boggling how every shooter is not 60 frames a second.
It's frustrating. I you know.
Yeah.
And like going from Titanfall 1 when I played Titanfall 1 on 360 and it was good on 360, but then when I moved to Xbox One and played Titanfall, it was jarring. Like how between 30 and 60 frames is like it feels like you're moving in slow motion when you're going at 30 frames a second. And like action games are the same way. Like DMC, for example, I played the crap out of that on 360, but it was 30 frames a second on 360. And when you play the remastered version on PS4 or PS4 Pro or Xbox One, I guess, like that type of game at 60 frames a second makes all the difference. And I know like Neo, similar way, like my friend Brian got Neo, and that game, like watching that game move and how fluid you want that game to be is just that is gorgeous, by the way. Like the fluidity of the animation when you're fighting the giant bosses and stuff is just so
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It makes a difference when playing in action. Like if I'm playing something else like Tomb Raider, I don't give a shit. It's 30 frames, whatever. You know, I'm fine with something like games like Uncharted 30 frames, Tomb Raider 30 frames, something else like The Witcher 30 frames. I'm fine with it. But something that needs skill, that needs a lot of skill, like shooters and action games like Dark Souls, it makes a big difference, a huge difference.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I look forward to, getting a PC and trying games at 60 frames per second. Because I won't buy a PS4 Pro unless I have to replace my PlayStation 4.
That's kind of where I'm at too.
Yeah, like I don't. It's almost to the point where it's like we're how many years into the cycle and you can't get 60 frames per second. Like that needs to be the lock-in. Like like games on PlayStation 5 and Xbox fucking 2, if that's what they're gonna call that piece of shit. It needs to be 60 frames. Not like oh, we're going to do 45 frames a second. We're going to do, whatever. No. Day one, every single game that comes out is 60 fucking frames per second, and that is it. 1080p. I don't care about 4K because I don't have a 4K TV. But if people do, that's fine. But I want the frame rate over the resolution. That's what I need.
Yeah. And Nintendo Switch you can just see yourself out.
Yeah. Anyways,
like that's what I'm saying. I don't understand this. You know why all of the companies are pushing 4K? Because first of all,
trying to sell TVs. That's why.
Exactly. First of all, it's very easy to market 4K. Like, how can you market 60 FPS? You can't. Like, how you're gonna advertise? You cannot show a picture of 60 FPS. You need something moving. Moving. You cannot. It's very hard to market 60 FPS, and it's like really hard to market HDR. But something you hear like 4K, it's 4 times the resolution of your 1080p. It's very easy to market. Also, it's easier to go to upgrade your games into a resolution than frame rates. Yeah, and that's also
true.
Yeah.
Now I will say when I go to Walmart and I travel down the electronics aisle and I see the TVs that are in 4K, they look pretty damn good. They look really good, really sharp, really crisp. And it's like, so I just, of course it's a sizzle reel, but I still think it looks good. It's just, personally, like I said, I'd rather have the frame rate than the resolution. So
yeah, like when you buy a TV, who the fuck says, "Oh, this TV is 250 hertz"?
Yeah, no one says that.
No one says that. Everybody says, "Oh, it's OLED. It's LED. It's this has this much pixels. It can connect to the internet. You can watch porn on it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Porn in 4K.
I want to see them 4K titties. I don't know.
No, you don't want to watch porn in 4K. Trust me. You don't want to watch.
Oh yeah, because all those people are ugly.
Exactly, because porn stars are not beautiful; they are ugly.
They are.
4K,
Well, I mean, I'll be honest.
Everything.
I'll be honest.
everything.
I'm the first person that judges a porn. Be like, nope, none of these people look interesting. Don't want to watch it.
That's funny.
Every fucking detail, like this person is worn out.
Listen, lady, you look tired. Go take a nap.
Listen, I'll take care of your satellite dish or your TV. You just go take a nap.
That cable guy should seriously just fix the cable and move on.
He's actually going to fix the cable and then leave.
Good times.
Oh,
You have any topics, gentlemen?
I love how you skip me. That's cool.
Shit, I'm sorry.
I didn't even get to finish either, Matt. Thanks.
I'm sorry. We were going for a while. I'm sorry. I suck. I'll leave. Bye.
No. I understand you're trying to keep us on track, and that's nice. Corey, what else have you been playing besides Horizon? So
First
I know.
DIRRIG, Jesus.
And pushing.
Did I cut you off, Corey?
But what else have you been playing?
Nothing really. I just wanted to give Matt a hard time. I've been playing Splatoon 2.
What's your game code? Let's play Splatoon 2.
No.
I don't know. I'd have to go in the other room to get my Switch and write down a 12-digit code.
I
was giving you my name.
I will slap you on the nose and go, no.
Isn't that the best?
I have nobody to play Splatoon 2 with. I have nobody to play Splatoon 2.
Hey, Corey,
my friend
is
code
Chris on your friends list?
I don't know.
No, on your Facebook friends list.
Yeah, somewhere.
Message each other after the show. We're not doing friend codes live. We're not doing
a Facebook group.
Yeah, okay. What the hell?
All right.
So when we play online, what are we going to use the PSN headset, party chat?
I don't know.
You two can have date night later. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out shit.
Moose, what have you been playing?
All right, I've been playing some Terraria, more Terraria. Jesus Christ, Terraria.
Terraria is good, but I want to ask. I want you to talk about Sundered. Please tell me about Sundered.
So, well, hold on before I get to that. So I bought a Pixel, not this past. So it's like it'll be 2 weeks on Friday. I've had a Pixel, a Google Pixel. I bought a new phone.
Happy 2-week anniversary.
So now I'm on Android.
Oh, what'd you guys do?
So I picked up Zombie Gunship. I picked up Zombie Gunship, so I've been playing the hell out of that, which I love. And Sundered is really cool. Like it's got I'm still a little bit indifferent about it.
What I love about the discussion of this game is no one can figure out if it's a roguelike.
It is. It's a roguelike.
Like everyone says, well, yeah, and then if you go to the people on Roguelike Radio, they're going to default to the Berlin definition, and they're going to be wrong because they don't think Spelunky's a roguelike. So screw them. But continue.
If you like 2D side scrollers with a little bit of a challenge, it's definitely worth it. So, like you got like a map that you can follow, and it's pretty cool. It tells you where to go and what to do, and then you have enemies that pop up, and you pick up abilities as you go. So like I'm like maybe an hour and a half into it, and so I have a recharging shield. So I have like a health bar, and then I have a recharging shield, and so I try not to take too much damage before I have to run away and let my shield recharge before I take on more enemies. And so I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to like where the story is going to go. It seems to have the game has its own language, so like you get subtitles when people talk to you or to the main character, and so I just need to get more time to play it, to sit down and play it. So yeah. I highly recommend anyone try it if they can. And that's pretty much it. Terraria and Sundered's been it, you know. So that's it.
Nice.
Not to be the noob in the group, but will you help me with the Terraria Platinum?
Me?
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Well, we'll see what you need. Yeah, we can work things out. Yeah, we'll get things going. I think you have about the same completion percentage I do. I think.
Yeah, I think all I need is like I'm smelting and a couple others.
Oh, I'm smelting.
I have to beat the bosses twice. Hopefully,
we've got stuff to summon that, so we can get Jason can help us with that. Yeah, Jason would be more than willing to help us with that. But
cool.
Smelting's pretty easy. I have to do the armor, so I'm trying to do all the armor and
I'll do all that and then
crafting stations. I have to do all the crafting stations and the pets. So yeah,
I think I could help you with the pets.
Well, I'll help you with the two.
All right.
Killing bosses.
Trade and trophies.
Trade
and trophies.
Anyways, what is our topic today, gentlemen?
Jeez.
Chris, do you have anything you want to talk about?
I want to talk about. Did you guys hear about the? What's the new game of Shadow Mordor? What is it called?
Shadow of War. Shadow of Mordor.
Corridor.
Shadow. Do you guys hear about like
Shadow of microtransactions in a single player game? Because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can we not just like talk about like why is this not going away? Like
before we do, I've only heard that it has microtransactions. I'm going to be the idiot that assumes you've read into it. Do you know any more about it?
What do you mean?
Like
microtransactions?
But we just know there are microtransactions. What kind of microtransactions are they? Do we know that yet? Has that been released? Or no?
Yeah, it's been released.
Okay, what is it? Just because I don't know.
It lets you progress the story faster. Like, let me read what they said. So I will give false information. Okay, it gives you said by loot chest, war chest. I don't know what XP boost and bundles. They contain gear, so they contain weapons and armor of various rarity. They can also contain XP boosts, so you can level up faster. War chests provide orc followers of varying rarity also. And to buy these, you can spend either Mirian, which is the in-game currency, or gold. Okay, so gold are the microtransaction currency. So I just want to understand. The first game worked fine. It was great.
It was
amazing. Like, why would they do it? Why would they add this? And they say, oh, and you know what? They say, oh, this doesn't affect anything in the gameplay. These are the same items that are found in the market within no gold. Okay, no, gold does not give you advantage over other players. A player who invests enough time can progress the same amount and have access to the same content as a player who purchase gold. Gold does not require to progress or advance in the game at all. First of all, fuck you, that's a lie. Why would you even add that if you don't change anything? There's no point of adding a microtransaction if there isn't a way to force a player to buy it. You wouldn't do that. Every microtransaction game that I have played that is $60 always end up being more grindy than it has to be.
Right,
always.
Because they put in the transactions.
Yeah, so we're not
stupid. For Honor that way, right?
Oh my God, For Honor was fucking disgusting.
Okay.
Fucking disgusting.
One of the
Rainbow Six Siege was bad, but For Honor was terrible.
For Honor was criminal because they basically said they don't expect you to unlock everything in the game, which is ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah, that's horrible.
I spent 2 months playing that game every day for 4 to 5 hours, and I did not even unlock everything to one character. One character. You might say, oh, it's only skins. Who cares? Bro, there's the only thing you can unlock in the game are skins. There's nothing else to unlock. That is something you have. Like, why would I play? Like, what? I just get level up and just play the game. I want to customize my characters. You know, that to make the fun more, to make the game more fun. To have my own, you know, unique look of my character. But I cannot do that because it's so fucking expensive. Now I don't know if they fixed that or whatever. It's been like months I haven't played the game. Once I platinumed it, I dropped the game. I deleted the game as fast as I can.
Sink those trophies, delete that game.
Yeah.
Good man.
And yeah, just I was saying, like there's no reason. Yeah, we're not idiots, okay? Like every game that has microtransactions in it, like Rainbow Six Siege, come on. Really? You know how many games I had to play so I can unlock the fucking scope on my gun, or so I can unlock a character? Like, you know how long it takes for me to customize a gun in Rainbow Six Siege? It's terrible. I don't know why people say they say, oh, this doesn't affect the gameplay. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
don't say
if someone has a better gun than you, they're gonna whoop your ass.
And not just like that. And they say like, oh, if you don't have the time, and not everybody has the time, bro. What is your definition of not having a time? What is that your definition? As a teenager who has no job and no responsibility, that is your definition of not having a time? Like seriously, they had just most of your majority gamers are adults who have jobs, and their majority of time is 2, maybe 3 hours per day, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that is the time they have to target, not the ones they say, oh, if you don't have time. Bro, it's not we don't have time. It's like, is that we're not, it's not teenagers, that teenagers or kids who sit all day playing games. So shut the fuck up with the whole not having a time shit. So I just don't understand why they isn't going away. So I don't understand why people, because people are buying it. I don't understand why would you buy this.
Well, I think
why would you?
Well, I'm not now.
I know.
Yeah.
I like Shadow of War was not even on my radar ever because I could not get into Shadow of Mordor. And I mean, this will be the 3rd time I'm trying the game, but I'm playing it. I'm being held hostage to play the game. But,
the game was fun. Why didn't you like it?
Some things just aren't for everybody.
Right. It's just sometimes some things don't click for people.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand that. And I don't, you know, I mean,
Look, I understand you not liking the game or isn't for you, but it's not a bad game.
I'm not saying it's a bad game.
Yeah, he's not saying that.
I did not say it was a bad game. I just said I'm not.
I heard you say it was a terrible game.
Corey,
and I will help him do it. So, Camera Bros, son.
That's right. I don't want to say it. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm in like. I don't know. I just can't get into it. So I'm gonna try a 3rd time, and I know multiple people who had to try it 3 different times to get into playing it. Jeff, who's been on Nerds Gone Platinum, tried it a 3rd time and finally started getting the trophies, and he got the platinum. It took the 3rd time for him to play it before he really enjoyed the game. So
2015 was a weird year.
Yeah,
because like I feel like Shadow of Mordor got Game of the Year for a lot of places merely by default. Like it was not an overall great year for games. There were now I'm not saying there weren't good games that year, but like a lot of games that you and I, Moose, because like Helldivers came out in 2015.
Bloodborne?
Rocket League. Bloodborne was 2014, I thought.
No. Okay. I thought it was 2015. I'll look it up right now. Keep going.
I'm pretty sure it was 2014. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But like, Shadow of Mordor was an accessibly fun game. Like it didn't take me more than one try to really get into it, but about halfway through the campaign in that game, which is usually about where I start saying, okay, what trophies do I need to start wrapping up? The one thing I didn't do was think about the narrative. I didn't think about whatever the fuck that main character's name is as a character. I didn't think about his motivations. And gameplay wise, Shadow of Mordor is cool. I do attest to that. The Nemesis system is interesting.
Yes. Which you'll see in more games coming up.
And I fucking hope we see that in more games. I've been wanting to see that in games since Shadow of Mordor. And if Mordor's only contribution to game mechanics is the Nemesis system, it's done its job. But do I think Mordor is a 10? No. I don't even think it's a 9. That's like at most, hate me if you want, it's at most an 8. It is not an 8.5. It's not a 9. It's not a 9.5.
I agree 100%. The game, like you said, the game is cool. It's fun, but it's not that engaging, to be honest.
I'll be honest, and I hate to make this comparison because I think I like the game I'm comparing it to aesthetically better. But like it's like a AAA version of Brutal Legend. No, they're nowhere near the same. But Brutal Legend is such a special thing, and I think Mordor is a special thing on that level. Neither of the like Brutal Legend is special because of its successes and its failures. Mordor is only special because of its success, which is the Nemesis system. Brutal Legend was on PS3. It came out in 2009. It was by Double Fine. It was honestly, if you want the heavy metal of video games, I think Brutal Legend is it. It's one of those things.
Was the voice actor with the
Jack Black?
Jack Black.
Yeah, the fat guy. Okay.
The fat guy. Really? That's what we're doing. Really?
On a side note, Bloodborne came out on the 24th of March, 2015.
Okay. Well, all right. Now, again, Helldivers was my game of 2015, just like it was Moose's. Bloodborne was second, and Rocket League was third. But
yeah, that is a good point.
But like,
actually, Rocket League would have been second for me because Bloodborne was my game. Game I played in 2016 that I should have played in 2015.
Yeah, and like, if I remember correctly, Shadow of Mordor may have been in my top 10, but it was not high. Yeah. And that was because there wasn't a lot of greatness in 2015. There really wasn't. Like there was plenty of good games.
Yeah, I'll agree. It was a good year, but it wasn't like a great year.
The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3.
I never played The Witcher 3, so I don't know.
I mean, like this year alone, we've got
we
got Horizon. I think Microsoft made Cars 2 backwards compatible, so I mean, Xbox fans got that going for them.
Yes.
Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars 2.
What the fuck? What kind?
I mean, like, I'll be honest. Is it bad that the one thing that would cause me to buy an Xbox One is a fucking indie game named Cuphead? Like,
yeah. Well, no, you know what? I would buy it. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I mean, if you find it like a very cheap original Xbox One, like for like $150, sure, go for it.
I bet you could buy Philips. You could buy Philips's Xbox for like $150 when he goes to his next concert in Philadelphia. Just meet up with him and be like,
I'll be like, hey, can you sell it to me for 100?
He'll probably
Maybe
probably be like,
for a weekend.
he'll probably be like,
I'll give you American cash.
that's better than one hockey ticket and an acoustic guitar. So yeah, let's do it.
I'll even throw my guitar that I'm not even playing in for it, you know?
Yeah.
I'll buy you some maple syrup.
The only
do that, Derek. Don't you do that.
The only reason I would buy an Xbox is for Castle Crashers in 60 frames per second. That's it. And Cuphead and Below. Yeah. But I think Below is going to come to other
Below's
stuff.
coming to PS4.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. So I don't need it. Like Cuphead, I don't give a crap. I mean, I think that game's going to bomb. I really think what happened to them was...
It's going to bomb because it's on the wrong place.
No. It's not going to bomb because it's on the wrong place. I feel the game, they changed the game because of the feedback that a lot of people that played it at conventions, they were like, oh, you should add like levels to this stuff. I feel they were just making it like a side scroller, like with bosses and stuff, and just to have fun. And then what happened is they changed how their game was behaving, and now they're adding more stuff, more stuff, because of the feedback that they got instead of sticking to their guns and making the game they want to make. And now I feel they're going outside their comfort zone and they're going outside of what they really want to do. And I think that's why it's going to bomb. I'll agree. The second reason it's going to bomb is because it's stuck to Xbox. But they're going to get their money because Microsoft's going to pay for that. Yeah. And then the game's going to bomb and Microsoft's not going to give a fuck about it. Yeah. And then they're going to go, they're going to go their separate ways, and you'll see like Cuphead 2 on PS4 or on Switch, you know what I mean? Which is fine by me. And then they could hide the first game as secret levels or some shit like that, you know?
All I know is every time I see anything from that game, it warms my goddamn heart. I love everything that's going into that game, and I like the artworurt. Exactly. I like the fact that it looks like a 40s cartoon. And I like the 2D side-scrolling part of it, and it's got co-op. So, put the game out. You know what I mean? It finally has a date now, which is later this year. I don't know, October, November? There's nothing, there's no other thing inspiring me, except maybe PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, inspiring me to build a PC.
Yeah.
Ooh, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is great. I've been playing
that game looks so fucking fun.
It's so fun. It's nerve-wracking. It's like, oh my god, I heard somebody shoot at me. Where the fuck is he? Where the fuck is he? Oh my god, I'm gonna die. There's only 10 people left. I'm
and then the level isn't closing. Oh, the drama.
Like, oh my god, I'm gonna try. I cannot stay here. I have to move. But the guy, he might shoot me. Oh my god, what I have to do? The circle is closing. The circle is closing. It's so nerve-wracking. It's awesome. It's so great.
I'll be the first person to say
It runs like shit, though. It runs like shit.
I'll be the first person to say I hate watching Twitch streams of games unless it's PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I will watch that game all day long. That game is so much fun to watch people just get up to some shit.
My friend has the GTX 1080, and you have to see how the CPU, the heat of his CPU goes ballistic in a minute. It's insane, and the game looks like shit. I don't care. The game looks like shit. It's so much fun to play, but holy fuck, it's so how do you say? It's not configured right. It's so they need to. It's still early access. I'm not gonna give too much shit of them, but I'm just saying it runs really bad. Like it should run on a fucking potato computer. It should, because the game looks like a potato.
You mean all I need is a potato? I'll be right back. Potatoes, some wires. We're doing this.
Yeah.
I just get my chicken dinner.
I just wanted to point out about the thing about the Xbox One when you talked about it's coming on the wrong console. I think you are right, because I don't know what's up with Xbox. They keep hammering down Halo, Forza, fucking Gears. Halo, Forza, Gears. Forza Gears,
That's
Halo,
it.
Forza Gears. Like
all you get.
why? They really do have other good games to focus on. Like D4. Did you guys play D4?
I want to play D4.
It's so hilarious. It's hilariously good.
Swery's amazing. Swery is like the legit best weird developer out there. Fuck
so
Suda51. Swery's great.
Dark Dreams Don't Die?
Yeah, it's like anime Telltale game, but 100 times better, and it runs 100 times better.
And it actually works. It works.
It actually works. It's so hilariously funny, and it's so imaginative. And the game was, and I was waiting for this game. The game released, and nobody knew about it, and I knew about it a week later. What the fuck, Xbox? Why would you do this? What
They don't care because you don't.
You know what they care?
I'll be honest.
The only exclusive they care about is something that sells a lot. If this doesn't sell a lot, we're not going to support it. PlayStation is not like that.
See, that's why they canceled Scalebound.
Exactly.
Because they knew Scalebound was not going to make them the most amount of money that they could possibly get. So they were like, fuck it. We're going to cut it. Anything that does not make Microsoft the most amount of money possible, they don't give a crap. So that's why they lose more and more gamers, because more and more gamers are like, well, you're not putting out anything. And even their major 3 games are dwindling in sales. Release over release. Hey, Bagel. So you get, that's what Microsoft has the problem. They don't play the long game. Like I've said this before, Sony, if Microsoft was developing or producing The Last Guardian, it would have been canceled 2 years into its cycle. Never would have came out. Sony understood what it meant to their fans and put it out anyways. You know, like Sony understands that even if they have to take a little bit of a hit on the game, they're still going to put it out so that they can have games for their fans to play, you know?
Yeah.
Gravity
Last
Rush
Guardian 2. And Gravity Rush 2. Like, you're right.
Gravity Rush 2.
Yakuza.
You know, I mean...
Who bought Yakuza?
Yeah, Yakuza. Yeah.
It's for niche players.
Should not be a success. It shouldn't. But it is. It's so cool.
What do you mean? Sony even put the time in.
The game is fucking amazing.
Like, so Sony even put the time in for like The Last Guardian. Like, who like? Sorry, Microsoft would never allow a game to be in development for 10 years and quote waste money.
Yeah.
Of a game, and like, you know, who cares if that game didn't sell well? Like, it's goodwill. Like, it's the goodwill.
Exactly. And they don't understand that. Microsoft doesn't understand that. So, and like,
yeah, because they don't understand that there are players who don't give a shit about shooters, don't give a shit about cars. And what PlayStation has, they don't have this one dedicated mass customers who loves shooters. They have this small niche players who are divided into into a bigger customer than Xbox has. We have these people who love these niche Yakuza games. It's here. You have this niche players who love, I don't know, The Last Guardian, whatever the fuck. Other guys, they love those JRPGs. The other one, they love that. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? And what this does is more people buy their consoles, and these niche players potentially will buy other games.
Right.
The Xbox doesn't understand that. No. Will this games make us more consoles? That's not the point, bro. That's not the point of selling more consoles. The point is getting more different kind of customers, not the same people.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, if they did release, like, you know how you know that I actually bought an Xbox One X for D4 and Scalebound, and now Scalebound's never coming out because I was one of those niche players. Niche people. Now I'm like, my Xbox is eating dust. Why the fuck I'm gonna turn on my Xbox One? I have a PC now.
Xbox One is the 4th best place to play games.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, my Xbox One is like, Netflix machine. Like that's all it is. Like my wife's out in the living room now watching Netflix on it. Like
you want to know the reason?
If you want to know the reason,
the one reason why I don't have an Xbox at all? Because my ex-wife wanted to watch Netflix, and the only way she knew how to do it was on Xbox. So I let her have my 360. She has it. And now, and she tried to sign in. She's like, I don't know your password anymore. And Microsoft had given me all these weird messages. I had to go over there and come up and basically make a new Xbox ID. That's why I don't have infinite_rewind on Xbox anymore. Because I don't fucking play that anymore.
Yeah.
There's no reason to.
And this is not like coming from a guy who hates Microsoft. My main console last generation was the 360. I had more games on the 360 than I had on my PS3. But it's like when I went to an Xbox One X, it's like it's the same games you keep releasing. I don't just give us variety, and there aren't.
I mean, you can look in the drop, right? Like you look at the sales from Halo 3, 5. We sold something like, I don't know, like 12 or 13 million units, and then 4 sold like 9 or 10. But then you see the drop off with Halo 5. It dropped. It's still only at like it's not even hit 4 million units yet, and that's supposed to be your flagship franchise that you're selling the boxes. Like nobody. The era of first person shooters dominating consoles is over. Like I'm sorry. People are growing up. People need more substance from their games. Like, getting online for 20 or 30 minutes and shooting people is fun. Like,
no.
To blow off some steam. But like, better games than Halo to do that now. You have Titanfall 2. You have Destiny. You have
Killing Floor 2.
Yeah, Overwatch.
Overwatch. Exactly. Like, there's better games to do that in now. And even those games add a layer of strategy that like, Call of Duty and Halo don't offer anymore. Like, it's just they add the twist and the different elements to the game that people need to stay interested. And that's on Microsoft to reinvent, come up with new IP, come up in like that. I don't know if they're going to do that because I think Microsoft sees Xbox as a platform now instead of a box, and not a good thing. I personally don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah, they're not approaching it correctly, I don't think.
What if they did Red versus Blue the game?
I mean, they do. It's called Halo.
No, but I mean just keep it Halo, like everything Halo but Red versus Blue. You get Donut, you get Caboose, you get Tex, you get Lopez. It'd be great.
I would really like to see Microsoft come out and say, look, I mean, they've kind of already said this, but I need more proof. But like, I would love them to come out and say, hey, the studio that we built for Halo is going out and working on a Horizon style game. Like,
they've already said that, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I need more proof, and it's not 343. But I'm saying, like, I would like this studio that's been working on their new IP that got canned because we put them on Gears. Like that Shanghai game looked kind of cool, like scaling the buildings, running heists and stuff in the like skyscrapers and stuff. Like that seemed like a cool idea. And then they renamed the studio, and we got Gears 4. And as much as I like Gears of War, it was more Gears of War.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
So, well,
I agree with Corey.
What?
He agrees with Corey.
Hello? Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm saying like the era of where shooters were like, where people play 6 hours of 20 minutes of deathmatch is over because people are sick of it. Now you see more people going to games like Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Want more games like Destiny, which is more expanded, not just this contained little area where you just kill people. Because I think people got sick of it, and people are going for more like Destiny or going more for like Ghost Recon Wildlands. Or going for more tactical based, like you said, like Overwatch. And yeah, they need to change. They need to understand that it's not the same market anymore. People don't give a shit. Yes, Call of Duty still sells the most, but I don't think there are people who buy it. I don't think they are playing it as much as they used to, and it's dropping off. And it's dropping off a lot.
I mean, you still have the fans like Jesse White and Nate Bacon who play Halo. And Gears like nonstop all the time, and you'll have those fans that, and that's understandable. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I'm the same way with Bloodborne and Dark Souls. I'll keep playing them. I'll keep playing them when they put them out. But the vast majority of the fans and the player base are just like, I'm getting tired of this. I don't want to play this anymore. You know what I mean? And so they're moving on. They're playing other games, and that's why you see that huge drop in numbers from Halo 4, from 3 to 4 and then 4 to 5.
I mean, it's like doing the stock market. You have to be ready for your stock to go down. And when you're ready for that to happen, you sell and move on.
I mean,
I feel like Microsoft is the absolute worst at that.
Yeah, they are. They don't put anything. They don't put anything in the hopper. Like, they have nothing in the hopper to be like, okay, well, Gears, what is it, fucking 4 now? Gears 4 didn't sell well, so what's a game that we could put out that's fresh and new? Like, you look at Sony, and Sony's like, hey, here's Horizon. Neo's coming out. Nier, even though Nier went to PC, I mean, in the first 3 months, they had 3 big freaking games. They had 3 big games. And I think Microsoft's had 3, maybe 5 exclusives. Not even 5. They've had 3 exclusives all year. I'd have to check with my expert, Captain Canada. But that is embarrassing. And not even big AAA. Like, the only AAA was Halo Wars 2. So,
like 250,000 copies.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not
that game released and no one knew about it.
Like, it took me like a month to realize that game was out, and I was like, well,
that's the problem. See, that's what Chris was talking about. There's no marketing. There's no support from Microsoft. Like, if it doesn't hit the ground running, they don't try. Like the game could fumble the ball a little bit, and Microsoft could pick it up and help them run with it. They don't. Like, Microsoft just throws them to the wolves, and they're just like, fuck y'all, motherfuckers.
I mean, like, the saddest thing was shutting down Lionhead when they were making them make this garbage game nobody wanted. Like, I want
what was that, Legend or Fable Legends
like that 1v4 thing, and they were like, oh yeah, that game nobody wants. Oh, sorry, we're gonna shut you down now.
Didn't BioWare have some kind of games which was similar, where like 4 people played against the DM or something like that?
Yeah, they
canned that.
No, not Shadow Realms.
Shadow Realms. I think you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Was it?
You're right. It was Shadow Realms, and they canned that as well. So.
Yeah, but they didn't shut down EA didn't shut down the studio because they were making a game nobody wanted to play. Like, that's the difference. Is Microsoft shut the studio down instead of, like, you should have seen that after Fable: The Journey, after the second half of Fable 3, the card game they ended up developing as an independent studio. Like, you should have seen that coming. You should see, like, people are clamoring for a Fable RPG. Look. People are doing extremely awesome things with morality systems and open world RPGs now, action RPGs. Fable is a perfect IP for that style of genre, and like anything with it.
Yeah,
that's the sad part. And they shut down the studio that was the most adequate studio to do something like that. And the next studio up that I fear they're going to close is Rare, because Sea of Thieves, even though it's the most different, most interesting thing Microsoft's done in the last
nobody knows who that game is for.
Yeah, nobody even knows what the game is. Like, I talked to the only person I've ever talked to that's played it and thought thought it was good, and he said you have to play it to know what the game is Josh Finney. He's the only person I've talked to that has anything good to say about Sea of Thieves, and that's because he's in the developer community alpha or whatever. And like that game is super different than anything Microsoft's done in the last like 5 or 10 years, but they have no idea how to market it or tell people what the game is.
Right.
I thought it was this game that was like Pirate Destiny, where you form a crew, you form a ship, and you go do like mission based like things on different islands and go collect loot, and then maybe you fight other pirates like in a raid type situation or whatever,
which would be fucking cool.
That's the game.
Yeah, but apparently that's not what the game is though. You form a crew. What? You can backstab your crew. You go into these little islands and try to find treasure. And there's like daily treasure boxes that you have to sail around and find. And there's like, I've heard nothing else about a mission structure, a story, like a town where you can go and get whatever. Like there, I've heard nothing about any of that. And this game is out in February.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to say one last thing, then we can go to 20 questions. You can see the state of Xbox and the state of Sony, and you can see all of the lessons learned from the last generation. The last generation, Sony learned relatively quickly that indie games were a thing. They didn't, now, it wasn't really projected at like an E3 or a conference until a couple of years after they learned it, but they started putting out games like Pixel Junk Eden, like Pixel Junk Shooter, where it was just, or Horde, or Shatter, or games like those that were just on Sony platforms. And in the midst of them having a first-party library like Little Big Planet and Uncharted and Infamous and Resistance, that none of those individually sold Halo or Gears numbers, but all of them did something. Killzone did something.
Yeah.
And that was enough for them to say, you know what, let's just keep doing this and we'll provide variety. And they did that, where Microsoft said, well, I mean, Microsoft basically acted like a stereotype Hollywood executive with a big fat cigar in his mouth going, well, you make us a Halo, you're going to be a star, kid.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. And they're still doing it. Whereas Sony, like, just the breadth of their titles now, no, they may not have something that sells Halo 2 numbers or Halo 3 numbers, but everything does something. And that rising tide has been what has raised Sony's ship. And Microsoft has nothing to fall back on. And all of those indie developers that had Microsoft exclusives last generation, guess where they're not this gen?
Xbox.
Exactly.
Well, that's because they decided to treat they decided to treat them unfairly.
I mean,
there are a lot of developers that said, I don't want to develop for Xbox because
look at the beginning of Indie Game the movie. Look at the beginning of that.
Exactly.
Tommy Refns of Team Meat is sitting there going, what the fuck? It's release day. Where's my goddamn game?
Where's the promo? Where's the promo for the freaking game?
And that's a developer lesson learned. And then the generation changed. Meat Boy is on PS4 and Vita, and it did well because Sony said, hey, you remember this that everybody loved but PS3 couldn't play? We've got it on PS4.
Yeah.
And then the Binding of Isaac happened, and Sony is putting, like, they may not give indies and AAAs equal weight, but at least they will say, hey, you want an indie game? We want it on our platform.
Right. They help the indie developers. I mean, I'll have to admit, Microsoft's coming around on it now, and they're trying. They've pulled back on a lot of their restrictions, a lot of their, certification requirements, their update, requirements. They've kind of scaled back on that and redone their policies. But in my personal opinion, it's a little too late.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you look at what is it, Ska Studios, who does Salt and Sanctuary. That game will never be on Xbox because the Xbox doesn't run the graphic system that they use. Like they can't. That's why they can't put it on there. You know what I mean? And I think it might be because because Microsoft's locked it out. It's not. It can't handle it. It just doesn't have, that graphics engine. So. Or the coding system, I think.
That's probably going to be a different problem on an individual basis. But the point is taken. Like Microsoft is kind of learning their lessons too little, too late, and everything I said. There's probably some fallibility there, but overarching, broad brush strokes, it's clear who learned the real lessons of last gen.
I think next gen is going to be interesting. Because you're going to have Sony winning again,
Well,
they won with the PS2. Now they're winning with the PS4. Are they going to repeat the we're holier than thou? We're hot. We're better off than everybody. And are they going to stumble, or are they going to learn from the PS3 and come out and say, hey, we're all about games. We're all about the gamers, like they did with the PS4, and just push. I
hope they don't do that.
What do you think, Corey? What do you think they'll do?
Like, a part of me thinks, like, right now they're kind of skating that thin line of doing that egotistical thing again, where, like, at E3, all their interesting announcements were, like, before their showcase, and then their showcase was, all first-party stuff. But at the same time, it's like, they haven't had a ton of first-party stuff until now. Like, Infamous was a good starting point for their first party. I still really like Infamous Second Son.
I enjoyed it.
But I mean, I understand it has a lot of flaws in it, but like I still really enjoyed that game. Like it's fun to move around the city, and the powers are cool. But we're finally getting God of War, which looks amazing. I think God of War is one of the most surprising changes in a IP, which is something of Microsoft to be taking notes on God of War and how to reboot and restructure an IP, because God of War looks fantastic. We just got Horizon. We're getting Spider-Man, which looks freaking awesome. The Shadow of the Colossus remake looks cool.
Detroit.
I'd like Alcoholic Dad Master Chief. I'll say that. That'd be pretty sweet.
It would be cool.
But I mean, I think there's a lot of cool things that Sony has. I don't want them to lose the sight of, hey, this is what PlayStation 4 was built on. These cool little indie games, these cool smaller experiences like Resogun, like the Housemarque games, like Helldivers, like Axiom Verge, like Hyper Light Drifter. Like, these are some cool games that Sony really pushed for a long time. And like, I understand maybe like PSX is where Sony's going to show a lot of these games. I get that. But at the same time, like, E3 is bigger than PSX still at this stage. Like, maybe in 2 or 3 years, PSX will be bigger. But like, right now, if you want the mainstream to jump on board with some of these cool indies, like, you need to show them a little bit. But I mean, we see the success of like old IP too. Look at Crash. Look how successful Crash is right now. Who the hell bought Crash Bandicoot? But look at the success. And the rumor is like Spyro's coming next, and you see them doing some cool things with their IP, and like, I think if Microsoft
came out too as well.
Yeah, I think Phil Spencer is a good dude. Like, he is the right man for Microsoft if Microsoft lets him do what he needs to do, which I don't think Microsoft as a company is letting him do what he wants to do. And I think he's frustrated. Like, sometimes when you listen to him in interviews, like Giant Bomb interviewed him on the late night show, and you could kind of tell he's a little bit frustrated, which he should be. Like, he's turning around this hot mess into, like, now it's like, instead of this giant mess, it's just this small mess with no games. Like, But there's so much I think Phil Spencer could do for the Xbox brand that I just think Microsoft's not letting him do, and Sony's doing it. You know, they're experimenting, they're giving niche games, they're publishing indies, they're doing these. You know, the only thing I think Microsoft right now is doing better than PlayStation is the Game Pass. You know, Xbox Game Pass is a cool idea, and I wish Sony would. And I know PlayStation Now exists, but I like the fact that like you don't need to stream the game; you can download it straight to your hard drive.
I think that's what they're going to announce at PS Now or PSX. They're going to upgrade PlayStation Plus, and they're going to allow you to download the games. So you'll have your tier where you can be like, I just want to do my gaming online, and that's it. Or you can have the tier with PS Now in it. But like you said, you can download the game. You don't have to stream it.
Yeah, I mean,
it shouldn't be that hard.
And I know they want to.
I think they invested too much money on Geek Guy.
Yeah, but at some point, though, you have to swallow your pride and say this isn't working. We got to try something. Like,
and that I agree with too. They invested too much in that, and now they're getting burned by it, and so now they have to change the service. That's what they need to do. They, like you said, Corey, they need to swallow their pride, and they need to change course and change the service that they're providing. And instead of it just being strict streaming, let it be, hey, I can download the game, use that service to download the game and play the game and then get rid of it. You know what I mean? What's I'm thought?
Yeah. Yeah. But I think PlayStation is right where they want to be. I think they're ahead. They're starting to put out some awesome games. You know, Days Gone, I think, is still the outlier of that, where we need to wait and see what that game is. Like, I see the things that they're doing with the game, but I want to know like what the story is, like how they're going to differentiate from The Last of Us, which, you know, the hundreds of zombies on screen at one time is differentiating. But like another zombie game, post-apocalyptic zombie game, does Sony really need another one? And
yeah,
you know, I think them switching gears with Uncharted is a smart idea. Like the Chloe and Nadine, I think Lost Legacy, you shouldn't count that out. I think it looks like a cool game. It's the most interesting Uncharted game, I think, since 2.
It's the only one I've wanted to play.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about another zombie game. Like Last Light was another zombie game, but it was different enough to be very success.
Last Light or
and like,
Dying Light.
Okay. Dying Light was interesting. Yeah.
And you got, I mean, we also are more into this than other people. Like, you got to look at the people who are just like casual PlayStation fans, who are fans of, you know, The Walking Dead. They watch it every Sunday like clockwork, and they're like, oh, I want to play a zombie game, and that game's going to be there. And so, but yeah, that's my stance. I think PlayStation's right where they want to be. I think, you know, the only other company that I feel like has really changed their story is Nintendo. Like, Nintendo's really changed the conversation in terms of what the Switch is compared to the Wii U and the Wii. And I don't think Nintendo's going to catch PlayStation, but I think Nintendo wants to be your second console. And
yeah, they're like Snapple in the 90s. They're aiming to be number 3. They don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're fine with that. And I think like that, them positioning themselves at wanting to be your second console actually helps them in the long run. So people will be playing PlayStation and Nintendo, or Xbox and Nintendo, I guess. But
which is basically just Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you look at Microsoft too. All right, we need to start 20 questions. I don't want to get into another conversation. But all I was going to say is, you look at Microsoft and they have that whole Rare back catalog, and they're just not doing anything with it.
They're not doing anything with it because they can't maximize the money. So that's why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
well, I mean, and to be fair, to be 100% fair, I feel like Xbox as its own entity is in a very precarious position, because there are plenty of the top people at Microsoft that would love to see the Xbox division just
go away. Yeah.
Like,
which would be great, because I think if they spun off into their own thing, they could make the Xbox a viable box.
They could, but doing all that R&D without Microsoft backing is going to be difficult. Sony has I mean, I don't know this too.
Yeah, but PlayStation's a strong enough brand to where like they're making enough money within that division to R&D their own stuff.
True, but like, you know,
I mean, their movie department definitely isn't making their money.
not anymore. It's not. Sony Pictures Classics was a great thing no less than 10 years ago. It has not been good since.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. Why don't we start 20 questions?
Yep. Okay, before we start 20 questions, I want to say we've been studying the analytics of the episodes, and we notice that a lot of people think 20 questions is taking too long. So we are implementing. We are implementing a new rule this week where we have two new rules. Okay, 30 seconds per question, and then every 5 questions, we get a 2-minute huddle to recap what we already know. So
we're going shotgun formation, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And
Play action 20 questions. Har, you ready?
Hurry up, offense.
He's like, I don't know what any of this means. Are you asleep, Chris?
I think he is. Chris? I think he is.
Frozen?
Yes.
No, he's there. Okay, all right.
Wake up. That's my questions.
All right, Moose, it's your game. I'm on the board. I think Matt's winning by 1 point over Moose, right? Is that?
Yes. You're 3, I'm 2, and Corey's 1?
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
2, 1. All right.
Can I get a point?
No, you get nothing.
I'll give you a point just because.
Your point's going to be thrown into the community garbage can. All right, here we go.
Ready? Who's set? Who's going first?
Corey.
Okay.
All right, you ready? 30 seconds starts now.
Was this game released after January 1st, 2000?
Yes.
Was this game released initially in the HD era? So, and do you know what the HD era means?
What? Go ahead. Why don't you tell me what the HD era is?
It's the console generation of Wii, Xbox 360, and PS2 or PS3.
And even though Wii isn't an HD console, it is considered part of the HD generation.
No.
Okay. So we're looking at an Xbox PS2 game.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
GameCube, if you will, as well.
Don't forget.
Wait a second. All right, because you're gonna sit there and you're gonna say that. Okay. You asked if it was initially released in the HD era, which you said
era. Era is the word.
360, PS3, and the Wii U, right?
The Wii.
The Wii, right? That era.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Initially
Only
released.
Those three systems.
Was it initially released in that era? So now the HD era consists of everything after because we're still in HD now.
Yes, then it was released in the HD era.
Okay.
My apologies. I just wanted to clarify that.
No, that's good. That's good.
All right. So, Chris, you're on the clock.
So is it in the HD era?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
So it's not PS2, Xbox.
Correct.
Is this? Sorry, there's a lot of internet connection problems.
I'll give you a little more time. Just make it quick.
Okay. Is this a fantasy?
Or is this the real life? No, I'm kidding.
Are you asking, is it a fantasy game? Yes. It is.
Ooh.
Okay.
Corey, you're on the clock. Wait,
Is
hold
this-
on a second. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
Is this game part of a series?
No.
Ooh, a one-off. So much.
Okay, so after this question, we have our huddle. Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And I will let you know when I start that timer for the huddle.
Thank you.
So you have 15,
so we have a
16 seconds on
fantasy HD era one-off.
Wow. You know what I just thought of? Kingdoms of Amalur. That is a freaking awesome fantasy game. That was a one-off.
Is the studio that released this game still active, or is it still active?
As far as I know, yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so it can't be 38 Studios.
No, but the publishing house could still.
But I asked if the studio was.
All right, are you ready? You're starting your 2 minutes.
Okay, so I asked if the studio was, and the studio that developed it was 38 Studios. They are not active.
Right.
No, they are no longer active.
No.
You are correct. I will help you with that.
And I mean, and the public, what was there was something else that died with it. It was like Big Huge or something like that.
Yeah, Big Huge. That was the company I was thinking of, because I knew 38 was done, but Big Huge helped with it. And like, I know Big Huge published another game that was right around then, or helped publish or something.
But they were looking at something.
HD era fantasy one-off. Man. Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
We're doing a huddle
We're
right
doing the
now,
huddle.
so.
The
You're doing the huddle.
We're recapping and coming up with ideas.
Okay. Did we say exclusive?
Actually, there.
If it's exclusive?
We have not, no. We don't have another huddle till after question 10, Chris.
Correct.
So,
okay. I turned off my video because the internet is shit.
That's fine. That's fine. I heard the beeping.
Seconds.
I heard the beeping. I figured power might be close for you. Do you have any ideas, Chris? One-off.
It's exclusive. I want to ask that.
Okay, let's do that, and then Corey and I will try and adapt. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We're gonna end this early, Moose.
Okay.
Is it an exclusive?
No.
Okay.
Non-exclusive.
It's non-exclusive.
30 seconds is started.
Okay. Fantasy. Do I try to narrow down genre?
Yeah, I would. Fantasy's not enough.
I know. Does this game fall into an RPG category?
No.
Okay.
30 seconds starting now.
Question 7.
Let's see. Hunted the Demon's Forge was one. Do we want to narrow down if it's like an indie or anything? Because that could be.
I'll do that. Is this considered to be an indie game? This is question 7, Moose. I just added that for you.
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Indie game.
Considered indie. 30 seconds starts now.
Do you play as multiple heroes?
Is that your question?
I mean, as characters. Yeah. Can you play as multiple characters?
No.
Okay. That was a good question.
That is a good question. I like that, Chris. Good thinking. 30 seconds starts now.
Okay, it's my turn. Should I try to see if it's 2D or 3D?
Yes, I'm with that.
Okay. Is this a 2D game?
Yes.
Good.
30 seconds starting now.
This is question 10, so we get another huddle after this.
Oh wait! After this one, right?
Yes, it's my turn. I'm at question. I'm going to be question 10,
and then you'll get a huddle. So I'm restarting the clock.
Restarting the clock. Okay, so
let's see. So like platformer or Metroidvania style game.
Is this game considered a Metroidvania style game? Because Metroidvanias are generally platformers if they're not 3D.
No.
Okay. Huddle.
All right. Huddle
is starting now.
All right. We actually narrowed it down really well. Indie game, 2D, fantasy style game, no multiple characters, platform. So
And it is a fantasy.
It's a platform?
No, it's not.
No,
it's not a. We don't know it's not a platformer. It's not a Metroidvania game.
Yeah.
Why would you even ask that?
Because Metroidvanias, if they're not 3D, are mostly platformers.
It's a good point.
Yeah. So like it could be something like maybe. Well, I wonder if Shovel Knight, you don't really play as multiple characters unless you're playing in the expansions.
Yeah.
Which became part of the game, but yes, you are correct.
Dust and Elysian Tale, you play as one character.
You have 1 minute left.
But Dust is not a Metroidvania, correct?
I don't know. I would consider it a light Metroidvania style game, actually. Let's see. 2D indie game.
I feel like if it's a fan, we might want. I mean, we could technically do Vanillaware on this one because they don't do Metroidvanias.
That's true. But would you consider them an indies?
Oh yeah, they're definitely indie. They're definitely
they're definitely indie.
Just because they released all their games on Sony doesn't mean they're funded by Sony.
I just was making sure. So that would be what? Odin Sphere,
Muramasa, Dragon's Crown,
but we already did Dragon's Crown like a couple weeks ago, I think.
So I feel like you guys should get the 2 minutes for the huddle, and then you get 30 seconds for the next question.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Sound right? All right.
That's right.
Your 2 minutes is up. You have 30 seconds for your next question.
Corey? Chris, it's all you.
Yes. We want to narrow down combat style or...
So is the huddle over?
Yeah, the huddle is over.
Yeah.
Oh my
this
God.
is way more tense. I think these changes are good.
I like them.
I need a guess. I'm like sweating. I like this.
I need a guess. I need a guess, or you burn a question. I need a guess.
Wait, is it my turn?
Yes.
Is it a survival game?
No.
Okay.
So starting 30 seconds now.
Corey.
Okay.
Terraria.
Do you... Do I want to see? I wonder if you like play as a human, because there's some fantasy games where you don't play as a human. Or should I focus on like combat?
Combat. Do combat.
Okay. Is the primary attack is your primary ability to melee someone to death?
Yes.
Okay.
30 seconds starting now.
I'm just gonna do it. Is this a Vanillaware game?
No.
Okay.
30 seconds started.
Okay.
God, I like this.
I know. Chris, it's your turn.
Hey, Moose, do me a favor. Just so Chris knows it's his turn. Let's start the question once she sort of start the timer once he acknowledges it.
Okay.
Just because he's so far away.
Chris, are you there?
Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn. Start the clock now, Moose.
Clock goes.
Fuck, I don't know what questions you guys asked.
Why weren't you paying attention, man?
Melee combat, not a Vanillaware game.
Oh, okay. Fuck, not the melee. Is this? Oh no, it doesn't work like that. Multiple questions. I have no
Time's
idea.
up. I need an answer or you burn a question.
Okay. Is this an RPG? Fuck.
I believe that was already asked, and no, it is not.
Damn it.
So.
Okay.
I didn't know it was asked.
All right. So who's up next?
Corey.
The clock is started.
Okay. Do we want to narrow it to, maybe it could be like a brawler, but I don't think it would be a brawler. Platformer. Can you
the platformer? We still don't know that.
Okay, is this a platformer?
No.
Okay, so it's not a platform.
No.
Okay, huddle time.
Huddle time. Chris, it's
So-
huddle
All
time.
right, ready? Huddle is starting.
Ah, okay.
So, not a platformer. You use melee combat, which tells me it could be brawler of some sort, or well, it wouldn't be a shmup if your primary thing is melee.
True.
Um,
So it's not. What if it's? I mean, it was released in the It was in the HD era. What if it's like Scott Pilgrim?
it could be Scott Pilgrim. What if it's it's not an RPG crap. It could be Scott Pilgrim. Could be. Were there any other brawlers?
Dragon's Crown, but it's not a Vanillaware game. Dragon's Crown is a brawler.
Yeah, but you don't play as multiple characters.
I'm going to have to correct an answer. I apologize.
Okay.
It is a platform.
It is a platformer.
Yes, I double checked it. So sorry about that. Yes, it is a
Look
platform.
into Moose's eyes, see if you can see through his screen.
Guacamelee is still on the. Oh, that's a Metroidvania.
Yeah.
We did ask that. Never mind.
You guys have less than a minute.
So maybe it's
So
a
I
game
apologize for that.
like Fez.
Is that considered a platformer though?
Yeah, it's a puzzle platformer, right?
Okay. All right. I'm with it.
So how do we narrow that down? Can you can rotate the world in Fez, right?
Yeah. We'll ask if it's a Polytron game.
Ask if your character's
If
white.
you rotate the world,
I mean, if it's a Polytron game, you're basically down to two
is
games.
it my turn to ask? I don't know.
It is your turn to ask.
Well, we're still in the huddle. We
Well,
can
no, you
discuss.
still have the huddle.
Still
You
have
got
the huddle.
6 seconds, and then I'll give you 30 seconds to ask the question.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
So
your
there's-
huddle is up.
Chris,
I can't wait to edit out all those beeps.
You have 30. You have 30 seconds, Chris. Don't edit the beeps. That's fine.
All right.
Is this a
30
puzzle?
seconds. Is it a puzzle game? No.
Okay.
All right. So reset. Who's up next?
It's
Corey.
Corey. Okay.
30 seconds, Corey.
Do I want to go art style? Is this like pixelated or like hand drawn? Probably. Should I try that?
Yeah.
Does this art style? Is this a pixelated art style?
Yes.
Okay, so that would eliminate a few things.
Matt, you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Start.
This will eliminate like Braid,
Mm-hmm.
Limbo.
Braid's not pixelated.
Limbo.
I also think we're sticking too close to one generation. So I'm.
I know I do
wondering-
too. Do you want to like? It could be inside.
Could be inside. But
That's not really pixelated, though.
no, it's not. Well, yeah, but he said was your answer yes there? It is pixelated.
Yes, that was my answer.
Fuck.
I
Okay.
thought you said no.
No, I could have sworn I said yes. 30 seconds.
Check the tape.
What?
Nothing. I said check the tape.
30 seconds.
Check the tape.
I said yes, it is pixelated.
Okay. It is this game.
You should
Is
have
this
asked
game
about
is this game released in the PS4, Xbox One generation?
initially.
We'll throw the Wii U and Switch in there too.
Yes.
Okay.
Chris is up next.
Chris is up
So it's
next.
pixelated.
30 seconds. Chris, are you there?
What are the
Yes,
Chris,
yes.
Christopher?
All right. You're up next, sir. So I'm
So it
starting.
was released in the PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, Switch generation.
Oh shit.
It is pixelated.
Oof.
Not a mix.
It is pixelated.
Yes.
Yes.
I have no idea. What the fuck can it be? Do you think it's the hot? You don't use guns, right?
No, you don't. But my Hotline Miami, you do. I know what you're at.
You could see if there's magic in the game because the primary function is melee, but we don't know if you can use magic.
Okay. My question is, do you play as human?
Yes.
Didn't Housemark just release the game? That's not pixelated though, is it?
Who's up next?
Corey's up next.
All right, here you go.
Okay,
seconds.
this is question 20, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I will give you. You get the 2 minutes. You get the 2 minutes before you get the guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if it's Mario Maker?
But it's an indie
No,
game.
Mario Maker is not pixelated. It's not on only. There are more other,
And Nintendo's a publisher, so they can't be an indie game. Okay, I'm in.
It's not the
You're
exclusive.
wasting my time.
Corey.
Can you use magic in this game as well? I stumped the moose.
You did stump me. Because it is a game that I have not played. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I cannot answer that question.
Then we get an extra question.
I would say yes. You get an extra question.
All right.
30 seconds starts now. Start it, Moose.
Start it.
For who? For
you.
Matt?
No, it's your question.
You get an extra question.
You. Okay. I didn't. I only thought of one question.
Okay, stop the timer, Corey.
Yes.
Take a breath.
Take a breath, buddy. Take a breath.
I'm breathing.
Start the timer.
How do we want to approach this? Let's see. Do you interact with NPCs at any point?
Yes.
Okay, that's actually helps. Actually,
you guys got 2 minutes. All right, starting now.
Okay, fantasy platformer.
Chris, is Salt and Sanctuary, would you consider that a Metroidvania?
It can't be Salt Sanctuary because it's Salt Sanctuary is an RPG, right?
It can't also be that because I don't think it's pixelated. It's got an art style to it.
Wanted to make sure.
No. I'm just helping you out there.
Appreciate it.
Just trying to.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Fucking pixelated game.
Jeez. I mean, it's not Axiom Verge because that's N plus isn't pixelated, and I used that last week.
It is a Axiom Verge is a Metroidvania.
It's not Nidhogg.
No, Nidhogg. Oh, it is. Nidhogg is pixelated though.
It is a melee. It is a melee thing. Is there platforming in that game?
Kind of.
There's an element of platform. So I always thought if there was an element of platform, you had to answer yes for that. So.
Yeah. No. That's kind of.
Is that right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Because you have to jump from one place to another.
Yeah, it cannot be Towerfall because Towerfall you can play as multiple characters.
That's true.
20 seconds, gentlemen.
Broforce
is shooting.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Super Time Force.
Yeah, but you're still shooting stuff.
And you can play as multiple characters too.
Yeah.
You play as Shuhei.
Yeah, you play as Shuhei.
All right.
I mean,
so
the game.
Who gets the last question?
Well,
Matt.
Well, I mean, we all guess as a team, so this is where we're at.
All right. You know what? Why don't we do this? I think at the end you should get the 2-minute huddle, okay, and then you should get 2 minutes to discuss what the guess on the game is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So at 20.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's fair than trying to throw 30 seconds on something.
Yeah, because like literally,
we've actually moved really fast. So,
yeah.
So, all right, your 2 minutes.
That's a good system.
to guess the game is starting now.
Okay. So
the game that fits all of these, Shovel Knight. Like I know
isn't Shovel Knight a Metroidvania?
No, because you're not backtracking at all.
Chris?
You're moving forward the whole time. But
Yeah,
like,
but
I
in
feel like
Shovel
that's
Knight,
I feel like that's too obvious, though.
Is there
but
magic in
you
Shovel
can't play
Knight?
as multiple characters in Shovel
Yeah,
Knight.
there's magic in Shovel Knight.
God, it's been too long.
Can't you play multiple characters in Shovel Knight with the
You
DLC?
can, but that was added in the DLC.
That was
they're
added,
the expansions.
So not initially. You don't.
So if you didn't buy the game initially when it came out, at a certain point they became DLC, so you had to buy it separately. Like it didn't. Like for
but
me,
those
it
are
was a
free.
free update. So.
Those are free.
free. Yeah.
No. You have to pay for the expansions now if you didn't initially buy it.
No, you can still buy the whole package for $25.
Oh, that's not bad.
Because I initially bought it and got all of them for free.
Yeah. Same here. I mean,
Under a minute.
Shovel Knight's a good candidate.
Yeah, but what are some games that are like Shovel Knight?
Nidhogg can also work.
Nidhogg can
also
work.
works.
But I don't think there's magic in it.
No, there's no magic in Nidhogg. Oh, that's why he was stumped.
Yeah.
He couldn't be stumped with the Nidhogg, yeah. So I don't know. I would go for Shovel Knight, but I have to check if Brian has ever played Shovel Knight.
No, you can't do that, dude. You can't do that.
I'll give you a hint. I have played Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
What about? I mean, Matt. What about? What? God.
Say it.
2 minutes is hit.
What if it's freaking Terraria?
You can use magic in Terraria. Oh wait, you can.
No, it's not.
It's not a
survival game.
game.
It's not a survival game.
It's not a survival game.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready? You have 30 seconds to guess.
Okay.
Pick a game.
I
So you basically get 4.5 minutes.
It's a false confidence, but I'm Shovel Knight.
Yeah. I'm just saying Shovel Knight fits all the criteria.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's still too obvious, though.
I feel. I mean, Moose has said he's played Shovel Knight, but he has not played this game, so I don't know what else. Chris, do you have any?
What about something like Hollow Knight or?
I don't know what Hollow Knight is.
It's like
Is Binding of Isaac RPG?
No, but it's not a platformer either.
Oh fuck! I have no idea. Guess whatever you want. Stardew Valley's on.
It's not. But is this Shovel Knight?
Is that your question?
Yes.
No, it is not.
It's not. Yeah. Congratulations, Moose. What is it?
The game is Cursed Castilia.
What the fuck?
Oh, that Ghosts and Goblins game.
Yep.
Oh.
They made it. It came out in 2012 on PCs, and then it's released on Xbox, PS4, and I think it might be on.
It's coming to Switch in like a month.
Yeah, dude, the game's awesome. They added
the game is freaking awesome.
Again, I mean, I don't even tell me about this game because I don't even know.
So it's kind of like
Ghosts and
Goblins. You get there originally was 6 levels. It's called the EX version that's on PS4, and it has 2 additional levels to it. But at the end of each level, you have a boss, and the dude looks exactly like Ghosts and Goblins running around. The reason I couldn't answer if you use magic or not is because it's kind of like Castlevania, where you get like 2 extra weapon slots, and I don't know if they can put magic in there. But it looks awesome. I've yet to pick it up. The reason I know about it is because I follow Limited Run on Twitter, and they put out physical copies of Limited Run games, and their special edition for this game looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, I found out about it because I was listening to GameScoop, and Damon Hatfield was all about this game for like 3 weeks, and like I downloaded it because it was on sale on Xbox One for like $6 one week, and I bought it, and it's the best $6 I think I've ever spent. It was awesome.
Yeah, and it's like it's currently sitting at $11.99, so it's $12. But I have a feeling it'll be on sale again in the future, which is when I want to pick it up. I just didn't pick it up the last time it was on sale because I bought some.
Yeah, you should pick it up though. It's really good. It's
So
not
like
as
it?
hard as Ghosts and Goblins, but it's hard. It's awesome.
But you enjoy it. You're enjoying it. And having a blast.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
Sweet.
wow, dude, that new setup was awesome.
Yeah, that works
I
really
love it.
well.
I love it. I think.
Exciting.
Yeah. I like that. I think what we should do. So we do. I like the 30 seconds and then the 2 minutes, but at the end, just to give you guys give the people a little boost, instead of 4.5 minutes, you get 5 minutes to converse. So like after question 20, you have 5 minutes to figure out what the game is discuss it, and then you get the 30-second timer starts at the end of that 5 minutes, and you have to guess it. So basically, you get 5.5 minutes. But I feel like giving just a little bit more time at the end would be good. Bye, Chris.
Bye, Chris. I think
Bye,
maybe,
Chris.
I think maybe 5 minutes is the limit should be 5 minutes. I don't think we need to go 5:30. I think 5 minutes is
You go
enough time
5
for
minutes.
us.
You go 5 minutes, then you get a guess. After 20, 5 minutes, guess, done.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
So when the timer runs out, you got to be like, hey, what is your guess?
Yeah.
And if they can't guess it within a certain amount of time, they don't get it. I think that's right. You know, I feel
Because at some point, you're
sitting there going 10. Yeah, you're going 10, 15 seconds into your guess. It's like, no, you're done. You have nothing. So either guess something, shit, or get off the pot.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, you know, we had. You
guys were going down the right path.
We had a guess, and you know, we had committed ourselves to that guess, and that's kind of what you have to do. You can't just be like, hey, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking?
I think, and then also, I liked it. It was definitely faster. I think we did it in a half hour. I mean,
It was like 20. It was like 25 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. I think the fans are going to appreciate that. And like you said, Matt, it's got like there's tension and there's like that sense of
like honestly, like this.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun playing the 20 questions. This took me back to like
when we first started.
When we first started, I'm like, oh man, this is like holy crap.
I think it also helps you just like cut out like all the stuff, you know, because you could think in like a million different directions, but like the time limit just makes you cut out.
You're like, you're basically stuck with what do you know,
right? And you guys asked a lot of really good questions, you know.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't.
Wouldn't have been a bitch if it was Terraria.
Oh man, I would have laughed. I really would have, because I would have been like, oh, okay. Because that's what this game is supposed to be. Like, you know, Corey and I, and well, now you, Moose, we're always like, yeah, we fucking hate you for a week, but you know, at the same time, it's all in fun. Chris,
go ahead.
Let's
wrap it up.
Let's wrap.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Hope you like the new format of 20 questions. You know, we've got a lot of other stuff going on, so check out our family of shows: Nerds Gone Platinum, Nintendo Power Block, Arsenal X, World 1-1,
the Brew
Review. I was getting it. Did you not just hear it come out of my mouth?
Just making sure. You're forgetful in your old age, Corey.
Damn, Gina.
I'm the youngest one here.
No, you're not. I'm the youngest one.
Yeah.
All right, we don't need a pissing contest on PQ. I know it's not me or Matt. It's all good.
Oh man,
You guys
Chris,
can't even do
Chris,
pissing
where can we
contest.
find you?
You can find me on Nintendo Switch. My game code
God damn it, he's fucking doing this. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna talk over you, Chris. I'm gonna talk over you.
I need to share my game code.
No, you don't. Not here, you don't. Not here, you don't. I'm gonna tell you right now. Go to the NGR Facebook group, the NGR community, and find Chris's friend code.
We need to. We just need to make a gamer tag like doc in that group and have people.
You're already taking too long. I already know where you're at. He's at Taporian on Twitter, Taporian on Instagram, and he does the Platinum Achievement Podcast Instagram. those are all the places you can find him. You can find him at Frankenstein on PS4, which is FRENKESTEIN, and you can find him at Ragnarok on Wii U if he still fucking has one of those, as well as Ragnarok on Xbox. And he's already taken too long to find his friend code, and when he does finally find his friend code, you're going to hear my dumb voice talking over him. Moose, where you at,
Holy
son?
shit, what the fuck is it?
You can find me at Sven on PSN. It's SVHENN. You can also find me there on Twitter and Instagram. I do not have an Xbox. That's my account on Xbox, but I don't play Xbox. You can also reach out to me for the Nerds Gone Platinum channel at NG_platinum on Twitter. You can also email us questions, comments, and concerns about the PlayStation platform, or just gaming in general at nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com. All one word.
Why does it suck being number one?
I don't know. Anyways, Matt, where can we find you, man?
You can find me on every social media platform that I care to be on at infinite_rewind. I'm infinite_rewind on PS4. I'm infinite_rewind on Wii U because I still fucking have one of those. Twitter, Instagram. I muted Chris and he's flipping me off. He can unmute himself. Hey. Also, you can find me on the Brew Review as one of the four-person quartet that
Quadzillas. One of the
yeah, sure, why not? I'm also hosting a music podcast called Matt and the B Flats. Our second episode is about to go up, and that's all you can find me. I do write for NGRradio.com. Find me there. Corey, take us home.
SW.
God damn it! Someone mute him.
95.
This is why I don't have any more Twitter followers, because everybody takes too long.
I just muted Chris. Go ahead.
489213.
You can find me at Corey Hudson in HD on Twitter, Corey in HD on Instagram, and on Twitch.
Yeah, son.
I'm streaming Horizon and Pyre in the next week, so come join me. You can find me on Nintendo Pow Block, which is our Nintendo show, Arsenal X, which is our Xbox show, which is going up whenever we feel like it going up now.
Yeah.
Whenever Xbox releases games.
By the way, the main focus of NGR now is NGR, Pow Block, and NGP. I'm sorry. And then we support World 1-1 and the Brew Review also, but I mean in terms of me editing the shows and doing the breakouts and stuff, those are the three shows that us three are really proud of and worried about and really just feel like strong content, and they're strong. But anyways, you can find me in the NGR Radio Facebook group. You can find me also playing around in the comments on the YouTube videos. Like, subscribe, and share. You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Shout Engine, now Podbean. Rate us, comment, all that good stuff. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Chris. It was awesome having you, buddy. Thanks for coming again.
Yeah.
And until next week, we love you.
Peace.
Banana and out. Right there.